You're stepping into the realm of museums, expecting the usual. Paintings, ancient artifacts, maybe a dinosaur skeleton or two. But what if I told you there are museums out there dedicated entirely to parasites, or heartbreak, or even toilets? Yes, you heard that right. Pack your things and let's explore some of the weirdest museums in the world. You won't believe what's inside. Museums are meant to preserve history, showcase art, or educate us about the past. But some museums take a wildly different approach, curating the odd, the unsettling, and the downright bizarre. Some of these places make you laugh, some make you cringe, and others make you question why they even exist in the first place. But one thing's for sure, they make an unforgettable impression. The deeper I delved into this strange world, the more I realized how these collections, as weird as they are, actually tell fascinating stories about human culture, history, and even our own fears and obsessions. The challenge? Finding the most bizarre, mind-blowing museum experiences possible. A place that would leave me speechless, confused, or even horrified. With my curiosity at an all-time high, I put together a list of some of the weirdest museums on the planet and set off on a journey to see if anything could truly shock me. Would I find the most bizarre exhibit yet? Would I regret walking through these doors? Only one way to find out. Tucked away in Tokyo, the Meguro Parasitological Museum is not for the faint of heart. Step inside, and you're immediately surrounded by glass cases filled with grotesque, writhing specimens, frozen in time yet disturbingly lifelike. Over 300 parasites are on display, each one a reminder of the unseen horrors that may lurk within us. The star attraction? A 9-meter-long tapeworm, meticulously preserved in a coiled display, once residing in the intestines of an unfortunate human host. The sheer size of it is enough to make anyone second-guess their last meal. Every exhibit reveals a new nightmare. Microscopic organisms capable of hijacking bodies, worms that burrow into flesh, and creatures that live undetected for years before unleashing their devastating effects. Visitors shuffle through the dimly lit rooms, some captivated, others nervously scratching at phantom itches, their expressions a mix of horror and reluctant curiosity. The deeper you go, the harder it is to look away. Heartbreak isn't just an emotion, it's a story. And in Croatia's Museum of Broken Relationships, every exhibit whispers tales of love lost, sometimes in the most unexpected ways. The air is thick with nostalgia, regret, and the echoes of what once was. Shelves are lined with remnants of passion, turned to ashes, a wedding dress that never made it down the aisle, love letters that once made hearts race, but now collect dust under glass, and a single stiletto, its pair forever lost, just like the relationship it represents. But not all heartbreaks are mournful. Some are vengeful, others absurdly comical. One display features an axe, once wielded in a dramatic act of post-breakup fury, reducing an ex's furniture to splinters. Every object is more than just an artifact. It's a testament to love's intensity, its fragility, and the bizarre ways people cope when it all falls apart. Deep in the heart of India lies a museum that might just flush away everything you thought you knew about history. The Sulabh International Museum of Toilets isn't just a quirky roadside attraction. It's a journey through the evolution of sanitation, a necessity so vital, yet so often overlooked. Here, centuries of human ingenuity are on display, from opulent, jewel-encrusted commodes fit for emperors to the earliest rudimentary latrines that shaped civilization. A gilded toilet from the Victorian era stands as a stark contrast to the crude wooden stalls of the Middle Ages, reminding visitors that sanitation has always been a matter of status, survival, and social progress. But it's not all just about fancy seats. This museum also highlights the brutal reality of poor sanitation through history, showcasing how disease outbreaks and public health crises were shaped by the simple act of waste disposal. Who knew toilets had such a gripping past? Oh, and let's not forget the Vent Haven Museum in Kentucky, a museum that will send a chill down your spine the moment you step inside. The Vent Haven Museum is home to hundreds of ventriloquist dummies, each one frozen in time, their wide, painted smiles and glassy eyes piercing your soul. Row after row, they sit in eerie silence, their carved wooden faces eerily lifelike, as if they might start whispering secrets at any moment. Some have cracked paint and faded clothes, relics of performances long forgotten, while others look pristine, too pristine. The museum was founded by W.S. Berger, a passionate collector of ventriloquist memorabilia, but over time, it has taken on an unsettling reputation. Some visitors swear the air feels heavier here, as if the dummies themselves hold on to the energy of their past performers. Whether you admire the art of ventriloquism or fear the sight of a motionless, grinning crowd, this museum will haunt you. Some museums celebrate masterpieces, the works of Van Gogh, Da Vinci, and Michelangelo. But in a quiet corner of Massachusetts, there exists a gallery that pays homage to the exact opposite. The Museum of Bad Art isn't just a collection of paintings gone wrong. It's a shrine to artistic disasters so baffling, so outrageously terrible, that they somehow become legendary. Portraits with eyes that don't quite align, human figures twisted into anatomically impossible shapes, and landscapes that challenge the very laws of gravity. Each piece leaves you wondering, was this an accident, or was it intentional? The descriptions accompanying the artworks add to the hilarity, treating these disasters with the same reverence as the Mona Lisa. Some visitors laugh until their sides hurt. Others stare in disbelief. But one thing's for sure, this museum doesn't just showcase bad art. It transforms failure into a spectacle, proving that even the worst mistakes can have their own twisted charm. And if you thought that was odd, head over to the Avanos Hair Museum in Turkey. Lies a dimly lit cave unlike any other. A place where thousands of strands of human hair cling to the walls like eerie, tangled memories. At first glance, it feels like you've stepped into a surreal dream or perhaps a forgotten chamber from a Gothic novel. But every single lock, every carefully labeled name, belongs to a real person who once walked through these doors. The origins of this bizarre collection trace back to a humble potter who, decades ago, kept a single strand of hair as a memento from a departing friend. Word spread, and soon, visitors from all over began leaving their own locks behind, turning the cave into a sprawling monument of human connection. The sheer volume is staggering. Over 16,000 samples now cover the walls, ceilings, and corners, each holding an untold story. It's unsettling, fascinating, and strangely intimate all at once. But nothing could have prepared me for the Icelandic Phallological Museum. Yes, a museum entirely dedicated to, you guessed it, preserved animal genitalia. It features over 215 specimens, including whale, bear, and even human, artifacts. Walking through, you can't help but ask, why? Just why? And yet the museum is scientifically curated, and the staff takes the subject matter very seriously. It's one of those places that's both hilarious and educational, depending on how mature you can force yourself to be. At the end of my bizarre museum journey, I realized that weird museums have a purpose beyond just shocking visitors. They challenge what we consider worthy of preservation. They turn ordinary things, parasites, heartbreak, toilets, into something extraordinary. They make us question our taboos, laugh at our fears, and even appreciate history in a whole new way. So now, I have to ask, what's the weirdest museum you've ever visited? Or, what's a topic so bizarre that you think it deserves its own museum? Let me know. I might just have to check it out for myself. If you found these museums as weird and fascinating as I did, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the strangest corners of the world. Who knows? Maybe next time we'll uncover something even weirder. Until next time, keep exploring.